The scent of lavender and old paper drifted through the air, a quiet whisper of memory. I sat in the corner of the library, where the light from the window pooled like a warm hand on the worn wooden table. The silence there was not empty, but full like the breath before a question, or the pause between two heartbeats. I had always loved that place, the way the shelves leaned in as if listening, the way the books held their secrets close. But something had changed, though I couldn't yet name what. It began with a sound soft, almost imperceptible, like the rustle of a leaf caught in a breeze that only I could feel. I turned my head, and there she was, standing near the poetry section, her fingers trailing over the spines of books as if reading them with her touch. She had a way of moving that made the air shift, as if the world bent slightly toward her. I didn't know her name then, only that I wanted to. We didn't speak at first, just shared the quiet, the way two people might find a rhythm in the same silence. But then, a glance quick but not fleeting. It lingered like a shadow that had found its place. I felt it then, a quiet pull, a soft hum beneath the skin, as if the air between us had thickened with something unspoken. She smiled, and I felt it like a ripple in still water. I didn't know why, but I wanted to stay, to let the moment stretch, to let the silence hold its breath. And then, without a word, she reached out, just a fingertip brushing mine, a touch that lingered like an unsaid word. That was the beginning. A quiet, familiar world, and a secret longing that had been waiting, just beneath the surface, for something to stir it awake. We began to meet there often, sometimes just by chance, sometimes with an unspoken understanding. She would sit near the window, and I would find my way to her, as if drawn by something I couldn't yet name. We spoke in fragments, in glances, in the way our breaths sometimes matched, as if we were learning to listen to each other's rhythm. One day, the air felt different, thicker, almost electric. The library was quiet, the kind of quiet that holds its breath, and we sat close, our shoulders brushing, our silence full of something unspoken. I felt it then, a quiet ache, a quiet promise, as if the world had paused just to let us be. She turned to me, her eyes searching, and I felt it again, that pull, that hum beneath the skin. I didn't know how to say it, but she seemed to know. She smiled, and I felt it like a soft light in my chest, a warmth that settled deep. We didn't speak, but the moment stretched, and I felt it then, the quiet weight of something growing, something unfolding, something that had been waiting to be named. And then, as if the world had decided, the silence between us began to shift, to deepen, as if it too was holding its breath. We didn't need words. We had found something in the quiet, in the way the light fell, in the way our shadows touched. And I think, in that moment, I understood this was not just a meeting, but a quiet beginning, a secret that had found its way into the air, into the space between us, into the soft, unspoken promise of something more. And I had found something I hadn't known I was looking for. A quiet, steady pull, a warmth that lingered, a secret held close, like the scent of lavender and old paper, like the hush of a library, like the breath before a question. And I, Alara Voss from Willowbrook, had found something that made the world feel just a little different.